welcome back to another video. That's your how I hope you all are doing well. So today I'm going to be cooking a very simple meal. I feel like I'm home today. We're going to do some egg stew, but I'm going to prepare it using red oil. And we are going to take this with plain rice, okay? So let's get this started. Something happened just yesterday evening, okay? And I want to share this with you. I've been in China for the past 9 months. And so I can say confidently that upon coming back, I have been able to perfect my Mandarin, not to the level that I wanted. I can read a few things on the menu and I can understand when someone is speaking the ordinary or simplified Chinese. So this is what happened. I overheard my neighbor scream. It's actually a woman and her child. The child is probably around 11, 12 years, from what I can say, because I have seen the kid before. And my neighbor went like, "You failed again." Her tone was very disappointing and very loud. And like I mentioned, I understand Chinese. So when someone says you have failed, I understand what they mean. And I could hear them clearly because obviously they are my neighbors. And how Chinese doors or buildings are built, I hardly can understand. Most of them you can like barely hear every word that is spoken inside the room. And sometimes, let's say, I feel bad for my neighbors, especially when my kids are throwing tantrums here and there, and at night they don't want to sleep, like 11 p.m. and whatnot. So that's how come I really heard what the woman was saying. But I thought of it and I was like, maybe this kid didn't really fail his exam, just that the grade was lower than the average score. And some time ago, I remember having this conversation with a Chinese friend who told me that there's a lot of expectations from parents on how their kids should perform during examination. And I was stunned because back home, if a student should fail a test, there's always almost like this kind of encouraging words. It's okay, try harder next time, there's more room for improvement. But here in this building or even in China in general, failing means that like you have committed a crime. And then when my neighbor called his child, who is just 12 or 11 years, oh my god, the kid is a sweet kid. Anytime he sees me, he says hello. So I feel so bad for him. I see him sometimes carrying his massive backpack, and I can imagine the number of books that are inside the backpack. His shoulders hunched like he's carrying some kind of heavy stuff. You understand what I mean? So I can understand what the kid or the woman is feeling at this very moment. Believe me, the marks that this kid I'm expecting that he got, if I had gotten this in my elective math class back in high school, like the kind of celebration I will be making, but different cultures and different environments. So as I am there celebrating for a marks that is like, to me, it's like an average mark. Someone getting 85 instead of 95 in China is a bad thing. It's like you have committed a crime. And later on, there was a slam, like a very loud slam. I feel like she was leaving the living room to the bedroom to cool off a little bit. And then some few minutes later, she came back and it was very loud, honestly. And her exact words were, "Mei Tian Wan Shan, Shuji, Lan Fei Shi Jian." So literally what she's saying is that this kid is always on his phone every night playing instead of studying, okay? The crazy part about this whole thing is that the kid is even fighting back. I've never heard him yell back or speak back to the mother. He just like takes everything in. That's the saddest part of this whole issue. In my country, a teenager would scream back, but here he just goes quiet. And I don't know if that's some form of respect or he's just giving up. Honestly, I think he's probably tired. Guys, what do you think? Well, it's easy for me as a foreigner to judge. I sit here in my little apartment with my two noisy babies, my sister and my husband, trying to prepare some egg stew and rice, thinking, just let this kid breathe. Just for a minute, let him breathe because the noise back and forth, I'm very sure that when the father also returns from work, he's gonna continue with this bashing. So there's gonna be a lot of noise on this floor. And like I mentioned, when you even drop anything like a plate, your next door neighbor is going to hear because of how the walls are built. But then I remember this country has about 1.5 billion people, I guess. So if you don't get 95 as a kid, your friends are also going to get that. So like there are about more than 1 million kids out there who can get that. And your next door neighbor's kid might be getting that 95 and they feel like it's a disgrace to them as a parent. They feel like they are not putting enough into you, or probably they are putting enough, just that you are not, your output is not enough for them, and so they take that as a disappointment. You get what I mean? The pressure, I feel like, is too evil. I don't know. Like the pressure is too much. Even when I go to campus, honestly, the number of books that Chinese kids carry from their dormitory to the classroom to study, and even at night when they go to the classrooms to study, the amount of like the number of books that they have on their table, they are flipping through more than 10 different books at the same time. Even the time that I used to be on campus, like before I moved into my apartment, as late as 11 p.m., kids will still be in the classroom studying, which I felt was like overwhelming. Like there's no free time or spare time to yourself. It's about books, books, books. You have to get 95 because there are other kids out there who are going to get the 95 and you don't want to embarrass or disgrace your kids. I talked to someone, like I mentioned earlier, some time back, and she told me that in China they don't study for themselves. Basically, they study well to pay back what their parents have sacrificed. And for her, for instance, her parents sold their car to pay for her extra tutoring because she was not really doing well in one particular subject or course in the university. So how do you tell your parents who gave up their car that you want to be an artist instead of staying in school and learning and going through the university years? Like it cannot be done here in China. So you just study, sleepless nights, you do whatever the parents want you to do. Even if you get sick emotionally and physically, you just do anything in your power to make sure that you please your parent. And that's the thing about living abroad. You don't just learn a new language, you learn the weight of other people, like kids, the kind of weight that they carry, the kind of expectations that their parents are expecting from them. I came here thinking that I would just eat noodles and travel, that's all, meet people, speak the Chinese language and whatnot. But really, I am just living here and getting to know them better, listening to a family's hopes and the fear in that woman's voice that the kid might eventually like disgrace them. Imagine if she goes to work and other colleagues are asking, what's your baby boy's score in this exam? Like, what is there to say? She can lie. Yes, she can lie, but to what extent? And for today, what I am learning or I'm trying to remind myself every day is that in our daily lives, whether it is a test or you're looking for a job or you're trying to survive in a new country, there's this kind of pressure that we put on ourselves. And sometimes the pressure is so unhealthy. I honestly, like I mentioned, I don't know what his grades are, but I hope that he gets some kind of rest tonight because he deserves it. And I wish I could just slide a simple note under their door to say Jayo, but I don't know. I don't know that if that is going to help at all. So I'm just gonna leave it as it is. So guys, I wanna ask, do you think this kind of pressure is really necessary? Is it healthy for these kids to carry this much burden on themselves? Imagine the impact on their mental health and their physical health. So guys, our red oil X2 is ready and we are going to dine in very shortly. If you're still here, thank you so much for your support. If you haven't liked this video, please click on the like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.